when forever turns to ashes. A husband's story of love, betrayal, and the unknown. You never think it'll happen to you. You hear about these things, see them in movies, read about them in books, overhear whispers of someone's marriage crumbling under the weight of betrayal. But you convince yourself that your marriage is different, that your love is different. And then, one day, reality shatters that illusion into a million jagged pieces. The moment my world ended. I still remember the exact moment she told me. It was a cold night. She had been acting distant for months, maybe years. But I told myself it was stress, life, the natural ebb and flow of a long marriage. Then, she sat me down in the living room, her eyes heavy with something I couldn't name, and said, "I've been having an affair. I should have expected it. The late nights, the secretive texts, the sudden disinterest in me as a man, as her husband. But nothing could have prepared me for the weight of those words. I felt like the floor had been ripped out from under me, like I was free-falling into an abyss with no bottom in sight. My heartbeat pounded in my ears, my vision blurred, and all I could manage to say was, "What?" And then the unraveling began. At first, she told me it had been going on for a few months. Then, as the days passed and more details came to light, that turned into a year. Then 2 years. Then I found out about the others. A short-lived affair 5 years ago. A one-night stand during a business trip. And then this relationship that had lasted for 3 years. 3 years of lies. 3 years of deception. 3 years of sleeping next to me every night, pretending to be my wife while giving herself to someone else. How do you even begin to process that? I left the house that night, drove aimlessly for hours, the weight of it all pressing down on me until I could barely breathe. I didn't cry. Not then. I was too numb, too shocked. It wasn't until I pulled into some empty parking lot at 3 a.m. that it hit me. I sobbed like I hadn't sobbed since I was a kid. Because my wife, the woman I had built a life with, the woman I had trusted with everything, wasn't who I thought she was. And my marriage, the thing I had poured my heart and soul into for over 2 decades, was a lie. The lies didn't stop in. The days that followed, I tried to believe her when she said she was sorry, that she wanted to fix things, that she regretted it. But liars don't stop lying just because they've been caught. I caught her still talking to him. She changed jobs to put distance between them, but the messages didn't stop. She swore she was done with him, but the secret phone calls, the sneaking around, none of it really ended. And yet, I couldn't let go. I should have kicked her out, should have filed for divorce that very moment, should have packed my bags and never looked back. But love makes you stupid. So instead, I stayed. I begged for honesty. I tried to understand. I replayed every moment of our marriage, searching for the signs I had missed, wondering what I had done wrong. I started therapy, trying to untangle the mess in my head. I read every book on infidelity, trying to find some kind of roadmap for the hell I was living in. And the worst part? I still loved her. I hated her. I despised what she had done. But I still loved her. How do you love someone who has destroyed you? The house feels like a graveyard. She moved into the spare room. The house, once filled with laughter, now feels like a graveyard. Everything reminds me of what we had, of what we lost. I look at the dining table and remember the family dinners. I walk past our wedding photo and feel like a fool. I lie in bed at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering how the hell I got here. And she still acts like she wants to fix things, but her actions don't match her words. I've begged for transparency. She refuses. I've asked for space. She invades it. I've demanded the truth. She twists it. I don't know if she wants to save our marriage or if she just doesn't want to face the consequences of what she's done, and I don't know if I can ever trust her again. The road ahead. I'm 48 years old. I never thought I'd be starting over at this age. The thought terrifies me. Who am I without her? What does life even look like now? Will I ever feel whole again? Some days, I think I can do this, that I can walk away, heal, rebuild. Other days, I feel paralyzed, trapped in a nightmare I can't wake up from. The only thing I know for sure is that I can't stay like this. I don't know where this road leads, but I have to keep moving forward. Because if I don't, I'll drown in this pain, and I refuse to let her take any more from me.